Hey, fam bam, what's up? It's your girl Santina, and I'm back with another video. So, I hope everything's going well with everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their summer, enjoying their kids being home for the summer. I don't know, those years are over for me for now. My son, he's grown, he's a working man, and all of that. So we don't have any little children that, are just hanging around for the summer. But if you do, I hope you're enjoying your summer with your children. I hope you guys are doing some really cool things together. So, today I'm here to give an update on my glaucoma journey. And before I get started, I just want to make sure to ask you guys to please make sure you hit the like button on this video, either now or after the video. Just don't forget to go back and hit the like button. If you have not been, if you have not subscribed yet and you've been watching, or if you like this video, make sure to go back to the page and subscribe to the channel and share, comment, all that good, wonderful stuff. If you're watching from Facebook, make sure you follow on Facebook as well as on TikTok. All right, guys, so let's get into it. And thank you guys so much for all your support and love. We truly appreciate it and are so grateful for each and every one of you. So don't forget to leave us some comments. The comments been kind of lacking lately. So yeah, talk to us, because I want to talk. I be wanting to say stuff to people. So I appreciate everybody's encouraging words and comments and things like that. So thanks, you guys. We love you. All right, so let's get into this story. So, as some people know, I had surgery a little over a month ago to put a shunt in my eye. And if anyone's watching who doesn't know about glaucoma, a shunt is basically a device that they put in your eye to help to drain the fluid. Glaucomas, the problem with people who have glaucoma is the fact that the fluid that drains properly in people's eyes who don't have glaucoma, people with glaucoma, it doesn't drain very well by itself. So that's why we take eye drops, and a lot of times it helps to keep the pressures down, because when that fluid builds up, it causes your eye pressure to go high. And with taking the eye drops and things, it helps to regulate the eye pressures. I've been taking eye drops ever since I was little, ever since I can remember. I've been taking eye drops for glaucoma. And they put a shunt in my right eye some years ago, maybe about 10 years ago, probably a little longer. And that's been working pretty well. It's helped the fluid drain properly, so my eye pressure doesn't get extremely high. So with the left eye, over the past few months, my pressure has been really high, and I have lost some vision due to my pressures being extremely high. So they decided to put a shunt in my left eye as well, hoping for the same results that I had in the right eye. Well, the shunt went in, everything went well. I just went to the eye doctor for another update. My eye has healed pretty good. As you can see, I'm able to hold it open now. I had a lot of issues with the medicine that they gave me to help, to help my eye heal from the surgery. I had a lot of, with the prednisolone eye drop that they gave me, I had some, major side effect, not dangerous or anything, but it was irritating to me. I had like some white substance coming out of my eye, and then sometimes it would be like this, I don't know, I just used to have to wipe my eye every day, all day. Even when I left out of the house to go anywhere, I had to take like a clean washcloth or something to make sure I'm able to wipe my eye at all times. Like, it was so annoying. And I just had to kind of bear down and go through it because I had to take that eye drop and it sucked. And I was so mad. The last time I went to the eye doctor before this visit that I just had, I went to the eye doctor like a few weeks prior. And my eye doctor was like, "Oh, I need you to stay on the prednisolone for 1 more week." And I'm like, "What?" I was only supposed to be on it for 4 weeks. And then when I went to the eye doctor a few weeks ago, they said, "Hey, we're going to need you to take it for 1 more week." And I was so mad, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to be obedient to the eye doctor and do what I was told. In the past, I wasn't doing that. So now I'm taking this part of my journey very seriously and doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. So I did it for that next week and it was terrible, still going through the same thing. I took pictures of some of the issues that I had with my eye, but I decided not to post them because I didn't know how some people might not want to see that, so I just didn't post anything. But yeah, it was terrible, you guys. My eye was, I had pain and I couldn't open my eye and got all this white stuff all, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. But thankfully, I made it through the process. I'm able to open my eye. I don't have any of those issues anymore because I'm not taking the prednisolone anymore. So I'm so happy for that. So, but I went to the eye doctor this past Friday, and my eye doctor told me that I will have to have another surgery. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm just getting over this one. I'm just being able to function normally after this surgery." So what he told me that happened is some gel that's in the back of my eye kind of it kind of started forming around the shunt, and it clogged the shunt so that the shunt is not able to properly drain the fluid. So pretty much what he told me is, in everybody's eye, in the front of the eye, you have liquid, okay? And then you have a, what is that thing called? A lens. And behind the lens, in the back of the eye, there is some kind of gel. He told me the name of it, but I can't remember the name of it right now because it's been a few days and I just, I'm just not doing this video. So this is the lens, right? And in the front of the lens, you have fluid. In the back of the lens, you have gel, right? I was born with cataracts. That lens was removed. So there's nothing separating the fluid from the gel. Now, normally they wouldn't, they don't mix or anything, but because that shunt is where that lens would be, now the gel is starting to form around the shunt and it's causing a clog. And so my eye pressure is still pretty high in my left eye, the one I just had surgery in. So I have to go see a retina specialist on the 25th. And they're going to schedule for me to have a procedure where they go in and they clear out all of that gel and get the clear out all the gel and unclog the clog or whatever, and then everything should be working perfectly fine. I was told I had a surgery for this in my right eye. Maybe I was too young to remember, but yeah. So with this one, it's like they have to do the surgery again do the surgery on the left eye so that it will function correctly. And I was told that once they do that surgery to remove that gel, it should be fine. I shouldn't have any more issues. So I have to have another surgery, you guys. I'll let you know what happens when I go to see the retina specialist, but I'm telling you, this glaucoma journey is not easy. You got to be strong through this because you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Some people have had surgery after surgery after surgery. Thankfully, I'm fortunate enough to only have had a handful of surgeries throughout my lifetime, and I'm 43 years old. So I know a lot of people who had so many surgeries and still going through surgeries. So I can't really complain, but I'm just like, man, I just had a surgery and now I have to go through yet another one. So, but hopefully this one won't be as, um, I don't want to say severe because the last one wasn't severe, but it was just a healing process. The stuff I had to go through, mostly because of that stupid eye drop I had to take. That's what made it so terrible. And it was kind of, irritating to have stitches in your eye because it constantly feels like something's in your eye, so you don't want to open it. But I shouldn't have stitches in this case because all they're doing is cleaning up around the shunt and making sure that it's not going to be clogged. So hopefully it'll just be that, and then the healing process should be easier. I shouldn't have to take that prednisolone again. If I did have to take it, I would scream because I do not want to go through that again. That was the worst part about my surgery, having to take that eye drop. My husband takes it, but it doesn't affect him that way. He takes it on a daily basis. I was just taking it during my healing process of having my surgery, and I don't ever want to take it again. So I guess, sometimes he does say, he might have a little dryness or he might have to wipe his eye. But for me, that thing was constant, constant, constant. Like, I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to go to church because when I went to church, I would wear my sunglasses because my eye is red. And then on top of that, I got this gunk, you know what I'm saying, drying up around my eye or my eye running. It was just too much, y'all. I don't want to go through that eye drop again. I do not. I do not. I'm going to have to ask my doctor, like, do you have something else? Because I can't. I mean, I will if I have to, but it would be the worst thing in the world if I was told that I had to take that eye drop again. But yes, that is pretty much what happened at my last visit. My right eye, it's at 21, I believe. That's where my pressure is. I like it better when it's kind of like in the early teens. I feel more comfortable there. But 21 is not too bad either. But I hope it still does go down a little bit more. Maybe the pressure is high because, I mean, it's not even high. 21 is not high, but maybe it's there because of the trauma that I was going through with the left eye. I don't know, but um, yeah, I'm going to go through this surgery. I'm going to talk to the retina specialist on the 29th. Did I say the 25th? I hope I didn't say the 25th because the 25th is when Princess has her grooming appointment. And I keep getting those two mixed up. So the 29th is when I go to see the retina specialist. And then she will let me know all what they're going to do and schedule my surgery and things like that. Because it's something that I'm going to have to do right away, because they don't want the pressure to get back up where it was, and it's just slowly climbing back up there. So yeah, we got to get this taken care of quickly, because all that stuff I just went through is not going to be for nothing, honey. They better figure something out. They're going to have to go in there with a vacuum suction hose, whatever they got to do to get that thing cleaned up, because I went through some stuff in this healing process of this eye, okay? So yeah, we gotta do something, Doc. We gotta do something. So shoot. So yeah, I'm just ready to go ahead and go through it, even though I'm dreading having another surgery. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, and it's funny because my last surgery, the what they give you to put you to sleep and things like that, what they give you, it's like, it's something that it knocks you out, but you're not sleeping through the whole surgery. You end up waking up while the doctor's still working on you, right? I can't remember um what the name of the drug is that they give you. I hate saying drug. What's the medical word, y'all? The thing, what they give you, to put you to sleep. And I think it's more so because the medicine that they put in your eye to numb your eye, it hurts really bad. Like, it's excruciating. So they don't want you to be awake when they put that in your eye. You know what I'm saying? So when you wake up, you're fully numb. The doctor's working. And it's so weird because I'm waking up talking to the doctor like, hey, doctor such and such. And he said, yep. I said, can you do me a favor while you're up there? He said, what's that? I said, can you arch my eyebrows? You already got, a utensil that can do it, and I know it's very sharp. And he said, oh, you should have told me earlier because I'm done now. I guess he was finishing up. And I was like, oh, man. So if he, when I do this surgery, I'm going to say before they put me out, all right, Doc, when I wake up, I hope my eyebrows will be arched because I know you remember I told you, I asked you to do that last time. So now you have time to do it because you already know my request. So, you wake up in your right mind. You're not really drowsy or groggy or nothing like that. You just wake up like, hey, Doc, I'm just talking to the man. He's still working. I see, a blue sheet over my face. It's not on my face, but it's over it. And I'm just talking to the man, and he's talking back to me. And it's like, man, when I tell people that, they're like, man, that's weird. How are you awake when somebody's working inside of your body? And I'm like, shoot, I don't know. But, hey, I just woke up and started talking to the man. It's like it relaxes you. And I guess you don't really think about, oh, my goodness, this person cutting into my eye. You don't think about that. You just chilling like, hey, what's going on? So while you up there doing what you're doing, can you do this for me? And everybody started laughing. But yeah, it was pretty interesting, and I do have a little sense of humor, so I will say something a little funny. But I really like my eye doctor. He's really cool. I told you guys of my experience with my previous glaucoma specialist. It was my first time having a female glaucoma specialist, and the experience was, I wasn't feeling her. I wasn't feeling her attitude towards me or anything. So I ended up getting a different glaucoma specialist, and this guy is awesome. He explains everything to me. Any questions I have, he doesn't have a problem answering it. He doesn't, make me feel any kind of way about the position that I'm in. He doesn't, he literally sat down and explained everything to me. And he made sure I understood. I told him, I said, my husband and I have a blogging channel where we talk about our visual impairment, and we share our story and things like that. And so that's how he ended up breaking down the whole, you had the gel in the back of your eye, and he told me the name of it, but I knew if I didn't record it or write it down, I was not going to remember. And you're not allowed to record in that doctor's office, so I couldn't just record. But I'm like, oh Lord, I hope I remember. But I didn't end up remembering. You have the gel in the back of your eye, and normally people have a lens there that separates the gel from the liquid, and you don't have that anymore, so we put the shunt there, and now the gel is clogging up the shunt. He just explained it to me, and then I re-explained it back to him to make sure that I understood. And he's like, yep, you got it, that's right. So that's exactly what's going on, you guys. Shout out to my glaucoma specialist. He's really awesome. I'm not trying to say his name on here because, I just think it's the right thing to do. But if you're looking for a glaucoma specialist and you are in the Columbus, Ohio area, you can feel free to message me, and I'll let you know who it is. And you can go ahead and create your appointment, schedule it, So, but that's it, you guys. Through all of these things, we just have to stay positive, trust God, trust his process, trust that he's there with you through the whole thing. And, he knows what's going on, and everything is in his control. So I just trust, what God is doing, and that's it. And, You know, I just pray over my eye doctor. I pray for him, you know, and ask God to use him and be his eyes and be his hands, and you know, direct him in what to do, you know, throughout the surgery, or you know, in our doctor's appointments, because you know, that's the one that I mainly trust is God. So I need him to be able to work it out with the people that I'm working with, you know, right? So that's what it is, you guys. So yes, I'm positive. I'm not feeling down, depressed, none of that about the situation. It just is what it is. It's a part of having glaucoma, and it's a part of the glaucoma journey. So, you know, we move, you know, the journey continues. And I thank everybody for praying for me through my process, everybody for checking up on me in the comments. And, you know, you guys are awesome, and I love you guys. So we're just going to keep it moving, and I'll keep updating you guys with everything. And that's it. All right. So I love you, love you, love you. God bless each and every one of you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow. Hit that post notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we go live or post a video, which we more so post on here than go live. But just hit that notification bell, you guys, so that you can go ahead and interact with us, and, you know, be the first to see what's up. All right. So, all right. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. All right. Bye.